Okay, so what was called for here was not brute force, it was a little finesse. And I put a little silicone lube on there. I do think that helped. I heated it up with the hair dryer as the instruction said, and that also helped. And I did have to heat it quite a while because this rubber's pretty hard, and after I heated it a while it became a lot more flexible. I heated it until it was really too hot to touch. It was very hot to the touch. And then I got one, when it was soft enough, I got one side to seat. I did it by banging it with a hammer and channel ice. I don't really think you have to go that far. I think when it was that soft, I probably could have just pushed, maybe put the channel ice on top and used those, and gotten one side in. Then the big key, the thing that really got it in there, was once I had one side and it was just in over here, then I took the screwdriver, it's a flat screwdriver, and I went around, I started as close to that as possible, and I pushed the rubber in and down, in and down, in and down, because it was catching on this kind of jaggedy edge, and that was providing too much friction, it wouldn't go in. So when I pushed in and down, it took a little working, but I finally got it. It's seated, it turns in here nicely, so I know I'm good. Okay, now I'm going back. Good thing we took the ground off. Definitely would have snapped that wire off. Okay, now we're going to do what it says and put the ground back on. And let that be a lesson to all of us that we should in fact follow the instructions, because it said to seat that rubber thing before I put the ground on. Okay. Alright, so so remember when I said be careful because you don't want to drop that screw in there? Guess what I did? I dropped the screw in there. So I'm going to get my trusty little magnet. Now, as you put it into that hole, start it with your fingers, not the screwdriver, so that you can feel. If it doesn't turn in nice and easy, back it off and try it at a little bit different angle. There we go. Because it should turn easily, otherwise you've cross-threaded it. At least for the first few turns. Then it might tighten up. That's okay. Alright. So we got our ground screw back on. Okay. So, alright. I can see this. One of these black things is ribbed and one is not. So I'm going to connect the white to the ribbed one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is hold them here evenly. I'm going to take my alignment pliers. Can you see this? Can't tell. To get them started, stitch them together. Then you take the wire nut and you screw it on just as you would a normal nut. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Alright. And you'll feel it tighten up. Surprisingly, I always feel like that's good. Now, we're going to do the same with the other wire. To the black one. Get it down all the way, turn, and as I said, you'll feel it tighten up. Okay, give it a little tug, not too much because it will pull off if you give it all you got. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm now going to tape that nut on there. They don't tell you to do this thing in the instructions, but it's just a good plan. And when you use electrical tape, you get it on there and then you stretch it a little bit, and that seems to help it stick. And it gives you a good tight seal. Or at least help to ensure that the wire nut doesn't work its way loose over time.